Very good evening, my dear students. We have already completed 5 classes regarding the fundamentals of environment and on different aspects of the environment which are there in your unit 1. So, my dear students, this is Dr. Sudhamoy Behura, and today in this video, before discussing more chapters, today I would like to discuss about your complete syllabus structure, okay, of your Aecc1, that is Ability Enhancement Compulsory Course 1, Environmental Study and Disaster Management. And you all know that it is one compulsory paper for all undergraduate, that means BA, B.SC and become students. So in your first semester you will learn on total this paper and on which you will appear your university examination. Okay, so today let us see what are there in this paper. Okay, how many units, and in different units what you have to learn. Okay, so look here, this is the paper of your environmental studies and disaster management. Although previously before your batch this paper was there, but the disaster management part was not included. Okay, so from your 2021-22 session, this is this disaster management is added as one additional course in this environmental studies syllabus. Okay, so see here, this course objective, what is the objective of this paper? So you are learning about your core papers, means your honors paper, you have your elective papers. Then what is the objective of this compulsory paper? So if you will learn these compulsory papers and the curriculum what are there, so it will create one solution for a sustainable earth for our future generation. Okay, and it will develop a sense of equitable use of the resources we are using. So how in a good manner we will use this resource so that we can achieve sustainable development in our near future or for our future generation. Then through this paper, when you will be aware about all the curriculum that those are there inside, then you can sensitize the stakeholders on disaster and pandemic preparedness also. You will have a great role. So you know that Odisha is always prone to different kinds of disasters and pandemic, isn't it? So disaster, so today you must have heard the news that one cyclone is again going to come on 22nd or 24th probability. Okay, probably it may come to our Odisha coast. Okay, so now look. So what are there inside the paper? You have to learn everything through these 10 points. First and most important one is classroom teaching. Okay, so you have to attend the class and you have to learn from your teachers. Then self study. So whatever you may learn from the class or from the e-learning or anywhere else, but you have to self study. Okay, then third one is e-learning. E-learning means suppose you are now learning through the YouTube, so that is one e-learning platform. Okay, then guest lectures. Suppose you have gone somewhere and in some other colleges you attend the lecture of some other faculty, that is guest lectures. Okay, then case study analysis and discussion. Suppose we will discuss on disaster management, so we have to give some examples, that is known as case study. Okay, then field trips, visit, so that your environmental aspects will be clear. Then seminars, audio video film based discussion analysis. Then group exercise, group discussion will be there in your pedagogy or in your paper. Okay, so now come to the content. So you see, this paper consists of 4 credits, means total or full mark is 100. Okay, so these 100 marks will be covered, or after completion of this syllabus you will appear two examinations. One is midterm examination, another is end term examination, that is um, uh, that is or that will be arranged by the university, and the midterm examination you will appear in the college. Okay, and the end term exam also will be held inside the college campus, but the question paper will be shared by the university faculties. Okay, but here in midterm, um, whatever is discussed with you in your class, the teacher will set the question. Okay, then uh, every unit will be discussed with 13 periods. Okay, so look, in unit 1 you have the fundamentals of environment. That means you will learn about atmosphere, lithosphere, hydrosphere, biosphere. Then you will learn about energy flow in the ecosystem. Then water cycle, means biogeochemical cycle, under which you will learn some fundamentals of hydrologic cycle, means water cycle. Then gaseous cycle, in which you have to learn about carbon cycle and nitrogen cycle. Then pollution. Okay, and in pollution you will particularly learn about water pollution, air pollution, soil pollution, radiation pollution, industrial pollution, light pollution and sound pollution. Then on environmental laws. Okay, so in environmental laws particularly, and this paper will focus on water act, air act, wildlife protection act, then environment protection act, forest conservation act. Okay, now let us see what are there in the second unit. So this is your second unit, which focus on the climate change and sustainable development. Okay, in which we will discuss about what do we mean by population ecology. Okay, so inside this population ecology we will discuss individual, species, population, community. Then how human population growth takes place, or what is the pattern. Then population control methods. Then urbanization and its effect on society. Then climate change, its causes, effect, global warming. Then carbon footprint and environmental protection. Then steps taken towards sustainable development, in which we will discuss important aspects. Those are burning and current issues like ban of single-use plastics, then automobile scrapping policy, then promotion of electrical vehicles. Okay, then brief idea on sustainable development goals. Those are known as SDGs. Then Agenda 21 of Rio Earth Summit. Then this is the your curriculum of second unit. Then come to third unit. In third unit you will learn about disaster management. Okay, so disaster management, in disaster management we will first learn about types of disasters. Okay, and vulnerability assessment and risk analysis, in which we will discuss about vulnerability to various disasters like flood, cyclone, earthquakes, heat waves, lightning. Okay, then some institutional frameworks which work to control your disaster management, towards your disaster management, like your NDMA, that is National Disaster Management Authority. Then State Disaster Management Authority, that is SDMA. Then District Disaster Management Authority, DDMA, and National Disaster Response Force, NDRF. and Odisha Disaster Rapid Action Force, that you know as ODRAF. Okay. Then prepared measures, in which you will know about what do we mean by disaster management cycle. Then early warning system, pre-disaster and post-disaster preparedness, then strengthening of SDMA and DDMA, then community preparedness, then stakeholder participation, then corporate social responsibility, okay, that is CSR. So these are all about your third unit. Then let us discuss about the last unit, what are there. So in the last unit you will learn about the public health management. Okay, so what are there in this unit? So where you will know about brief idea on epidemics and pandemics, then non-communicable diseases like your some cardiovascular disease, cancer, diabetes, hypertension, obesity, and their preventions. Then communicable diseases like COVID-19, flu, hepatitis, AIDS, tuberculosis, and their transmission. Okay. Then dynamics of disease transmission means mode of their transmission. There are two modes, direct and indirect. You will know during your lectures. Okay. Then events after infection, that is immunity, active immunity versus passive immunity, innate versus acquired. What do you mean by herd immunity? That we have learned during the COVID period. Okay. Then incubation period. Then prevention of epidemics or pandemic diseases. Then preventing measures like what you have taught, what you have listened during the COVID pandemic is quarantine, sanitization, personal protective measures such as hand washing and use of protecting devices, then vaccination, then control measures, surveillance, isolation, contact tracing. Okay, then lifestyle management, uh, diet, physical exercise, yoga, and sleeping habit. The importance of these aspects on your lifestyle management. Then role of different sectors in managing health disaster, like role of government, in which what is the role of central government and state government in managing this health disaster. Then community, then civil society, then student mass, NGOs. Okay, and so these are all about your 4 units of this paper, disaster environmental study and disaster management. So now I would like to discuss about the important part, that is the what will be the question pattern. Okay, or what will be there in the, how will be your question pattern, means your question pattern will comprise of how many marks and what are the patterns. Okay, so see here, this is your where your subject is without practical subject, means for science subjects in different papers there are practical. So where practical is there, there the system is totally different, but in this paper you don't have any practical, it is theoretical based. That's why the full mark is 100 marks. Okay, so in midterm you will appear examination of 20 marks, and in the end term it will be 80 marks. So 20 mark question will be set up by the college teachers, okay, from whom you are learning inside the class, and the end term question will come from the university. Okay, so what will be the question pattern for this 80 marks, I will discuss here. Okay, so let us know what will be that pattern. Okay, my dear students, so see here, there are 4 parts. So in part 1 there will be 12 multiple choice questions, each carries 1 mark. Okay, so that question will be in the fill up the blank or one word answer type. Could you get my point? Means suppose you will be asked by a question, our surrounding is known as dash. Okay, means you have to give the answer in one word, or that is known as fill up the blank. Okay, that type of question you will get in 12 numbers, each carrying 1 mark. This is part 1. So 12 question will come and you are bound to attend all those 12 questions. There will be no alternatives or more questions. Okay. Then in part 2 you will be provided 10 questions, out of which you have to attend 8 questions. Okay. So each question carries 2 marks. So 8 into 2 is equal to 16. Okay. Then in part 3, again 10 question will come and you have to attend 8 questions, and each question of this part carries 3 marks each. Then you have to answer this within 75 words. Okay. Then in part 4, long question will be there. So 4 long question will come from your 4 units and in either or format. Means in every unit you have 2 options. You will attend either that question or this question. Okay, means there will be either or format, and from 4 units you will get 4 questions in either or format, and each question carries 7 marks. Okay, so total 28 marks, and that answer will be within 500 words. Okay, so in this way the total mark will be 80 marks. So you have to learn thoroughly and particularly. Otherwise, you cannot attend this multiple choice or 2 mark questions. Okay. So, my dear students, be attentive and don't neglect this paper. Okay. So, we will discuss in our next class about the different contents we have already completed. Okay, for 5 lectures. In next lecture we will discuss about your environmental pollution. Okay, so with this today's video is over.